Hi, Billy the Artist here, and we've got the previous 5, we've got the Toy Story how to draw vids, and there's the time lapses as well, so click here and you can go. It'll start with Woody, but there's also Jessie, we've got Buzz Lightyear, we have Rex and Ham the Pig, the piggy bank. So do enjoy those and do like and subscribe for more how to draw videos. Today we have a blank piece of paper, but I just want to show you a couple of other things that I've been doing before we get started on Dusty from Planes, Fire and Rescue, the new film. Just experiment. This is just me just trying a few bits and pieces just on a bit of card that was lying around, just drawing, messing about with Conte crayon and a bit of paint and a bit of colour pencil, just having a little bit of an experiment, a bit of fun. So that's something you can do with your art, so do enjoy that. But these are just quick sketches. So here we have a very young Harry Potter. This was about a 10-minute sketch, just a very quick rendering on this card that was just lying around in my studio. And here we have The Good Doctor. This was about 30 to 40 minutes maybe, just a quick idea to show you, this is what all of these drawing techniques can lead you to do. So hopefully you're going to do something a bit more with him later, but we shall wait and see. But we have another big colour one, and here it is. Focus, focus, focus. There, that's rather cool. This is a gentleman called Peter Hickman. This is the thing I love doing. I love motorsports, especially motorcycles. But he was the fastest newcomer at the TT in 2014. This is just loosely terpsed in. I've got to build up the detail and get it sorted. And this is an oil on linen painting. And all the techniques that I use are kind of utilised in this. And then I slap paint around and have fun. Anyway, enough of the waffle. That's back on the easel. And focus, 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 focus. We will zoom in, because we are going to be drawing Dusty. Let's not have that camera shake. Now, the interesting thing is, with Dusty is he has straight lines unlike Ham the Pig and Rex. And we're just going to use shapes very quickly. So, we need to get him in rather quickly. But the thing with using the shapes, remember, is, there's another little kind of rectangle, his tail at the back, is if you put the shapes in lightly, you're not going to run out of space. So there's his kind of nose, and it just gives you a few angles to make sure that everything will fit on your page. So you've got a bit of a leg coming down, the underbelly. And that's the thing with drawing these characters out of the films. One, you enjoy the films possibly, and you enjoy the characters, and you've got good reference to do your drawing from and to enjoy. So here's Dusty going down on the page. Now again, I've just used some very quick shapes to put points in. So his wing is going to come all the way over. Like I say, there's a box there, a box for the wing, box for the wing. Just a very rough rectangle. Now this is quite light because I don't want to obscure my drawing, and then you can colour it in later or put a darker line down. I'm just going to go for the outline. I want to try and get a quick one down for you today. There's a little box on the top, and there's his little radio antenna, and there's his tail wing, his rudder ailerons are they called on planes? Who knows? Not I. But there, if I bring that up, you can see a very quick outline. Let's get the focus back, of Dusty put in, and they're all just the very simple basic shapes. Remember, if you go to the how-to video link where all the time lapses and all the pictures are, and you scroll right the way back through the playlist, then you'll find the how to draw basics #1, and it shows you about using these kind of shapes. Now I'm quite happy with that as a basic image, because his wing is in on the page, everything's in, and he kind of looks pretty good and groovy. So let's now quickly do an outline and get his full details. Now, shall we just zoom in a little bit? So here we have his eyes. And let's draw those in rather quickly. Now, he's got his eyes point down and he's got that little dink in the middle, kind of the furrowed brow. Remember, I think it's on the, yeah, it's on How to Draw Emmett. We just did a few using the Lego heads. Simple characters with their eyes, the shapes of their eyebrows and things will give you, just leave that little spot in there. Let's put that spot in there. And that's his highlight. If you do go over your highlight, you can always get a little bit of white paint and just dot it, and it'll make it stand out again. Let's just shade his eye in, because eyes are really important. Let's just raise that up, and then there's the shadow line, and then the top of his head, like the roof, his side window, is another nice little shape, and then back down the back of his head. And then you want his little radio antenna, then you want the air inlet on the top, and that comes down. The planes and the cars from Pixar, they're just, and Disney, are very, very good, aren't they? Just great characters. It's like the Toy Story characters, they're just great and fun to do. Here's the front of his propeller, which is his nose. Again, this is just drawing nice ellipses, which is fun. And then we need, so you got there a point that you know is coming down, and you know it's lined up with that one, and that's where the blue, his blue flash, comes along, and you know it's going to join to there. So you can put your own little points on, and then his exhaust comes out down below his eye, and that's how simple you can actually put your placements in for Dusty and his exhaust and all those kind of things. And I can't, oh there it is, my trusty bit of paper, might need that in a bit, otherwise it's the finger to do your smudging, and that'll be for the propeller blades. But let's get back to it. So above his head, we can ignore that top line because it's a little bit higher as I check the placements, and then his rear fin comes down, his 7 circle. Let's just get these in place. So his wing, if we move that, let's get all the parts in and around his body very quickly, and we should be looking something like very soon. So he's down from his nose, from his propeller front, that comes around, and then you've got his nice smile. Hey, that's looking pretty good. Not bad for a crop duster, is it? Who becomes a world champion racer, even though he's afraid of heights. Great for a plane, but you don't worry about these kind of things because it's just a fun film. And then underneath comes down, he's got that line. So here, from where his wing comes out, you've got the part where his number 7 goes. So let's just draw an ellipse there. Again, just think about your placements where the wing dings down. And the 7, again, it's just shapes. So inside this circle, draw a little rectangle and then draw a line down to the bottom, and then you can fill that in a little bit. Just put a little bit of a curve on that, bring the point down on the 7 and fill it in. Focus, focus. My hand was knocking it out of focus then. And then you can see how easily it is to actually do numbers and things like that. Now the blue goes over the top and that goes right to the back, and you can do the same. In fact, we need a little bit more of an angle on that, I think. So let's just bring that back. That's better. It looks more plain-like, doesn't it? So here, if we ping the rudder down so that that can turn backwards, left and right, so it can make him go from the back, because the air shoots down over the plane and that turns, and that helps it turn left or right when Dusty does his steering. And I bet he does some pretty groovy acrobatics in this new one, in amongst trees and everything, judging by the trailers. Film is out very soon, so I can't give you any spoilers because I'm doing this just before the film comes out in the UK. So there's his D, and again, little 7. So now we have the back one. That first line, again, that's why you do it light, was just a little bit out. So if we ding that in, there's the edge of his rear wing aileron. That comes in, and then his little bit that helps there, that's the strengthening connector rod that stops it from flapping about too much. That's looking pretty good. And then we need the rest of the blue coming in. So you can draw these lines in. So the blue comes off there, and you can see goes just underneath the 7 underneath, comes along, dings down, goes through the centre of his exhaust and joins up at the front. So you create your own little reference points. So here now we can put his little skull and crossbones on. Again, just a little box, eyes, the kind of nosy bit, and then the bones underneath. It's just an X. He's looking good. So if we zoom out a little bit, no aerial acrobatics on this. Focus, thank you. Now if we just ping the rest of the wings in, so from that point to over here we've got the edge of the wing. It's going to join there. Remember, keep your elbow up, don't have your elbow resting on the drawing, and then you can do long lines or nice curves. And we are going to just draw that over for Dusty Crophopper. So let's just pull that down a little bit and then draw the edge of his wing in, because he's got a little bit of a blue flash on there again, and that's quite nice. Get rid of that extra line. And that goes up to the back and connects. Then his orange comes down, and then you can colour those in. So now we have, from these points, we can just connect where everything goes, because it's making your own kind of dot to dot picture. So you can draw the legs down, and then the connector to his pontoons that allow him to float on the water, because they need to get the water for the fires. A little black bit over the top. And again, if you draw a nice big box first, because these have got little curved points on the top, and that comes down underneath. If you draw a box first that it'll fit within, so you know that the front is going to come to there, and you've got these box shapes. There's the box going to the back. You can see those nice little boxes. It'll help you when you come to put the curves in, and then you can just put the curves inside. So that goes there, little fin at the back, just like his tail, just so as when he's in the water they can turn a little bit and steer properly. And so that curve will come down to there, and you've got the box that comes down, and then at the front you know it's going to curve up, and you can draw your darker line, and if you want to you can raise that out afterwards. Your boxes, so your boxes just help you put everything kind of in place so that you can not get frustrated because your lines are all out and in the wrong place and order. So there's the blue line over the top, and that goes along and then curves up, and then there's just a few other lines, and yeah, they've got the rivets on, and that connects in, and then from there going across, so you've got from that point there, you've just make your own dot to dot pictures, connect the lines underneath, got his belly pan, and that collects the water, so that will go in. Then you do the same thing for the pontoon on this side. You know that the front is going to be in line with that, so draw your boxes. There's a quick box, and there's the top of the box going down for the pontoon. His leg comes out, so I need that line going there, and that joins underneath. And then you put the shapes in. Little knock wheel on the front. There's the box. And there's the top going over. I say this is just very quick getting a nice outline down so that you can see and practice using your shapes to get a drawing. And don't worry about scratchy lines or lots of overlines. You're practicing and doing your drawing for fun, and that's what it should be, is just fun. So the black line comes underneath. In fact, I'll just fill that black line in quickly on this one, just so you've got a little bit of delineation. How we doing for time? And the black line comes up to the top, and then you've got the blue over the top, and the shape of the front of his pontoon. Now we're getting to the end. So from there up to there, and you look from where his nose is the edge of his wing, and the edge of the wing comes down. And then from kind of at the bottom wing goes up and touches, and then you've got the line for the orange, and then you've got these little silver bits. Again, you look from the back of the rear wing coming down, that's where these little chromy metal parts stick in. And there you have Dusty, but we have a big circle that needs to come round. Otherwise, oh, well, there's another kind of circle there, but we can just knock that in. He's got a number 7 on that wing as well. Again, just constantly looking at your reference will allow you to see it and allow it to stick on. Let's just give a little bit of delineation for his exhaust, and the same, do a darker line down to the front point and then over the top, and a little bit darker underneath, and that'll give you the 3D. So you've got the dark bit there and the curve underneath, and you can just mess about and experiment with a little bit of shading to make it stand out. But he has this ellipse that goes round, and again, look where it goes around the drawing by looking at the picture and using your other parts, and then use the side of your pencil, the other parts of the drawing, as your reference points. So we need a propeller line going off there, one going over the bottom of the skull, and one coming down here. Now use the side of your pencil, don't use the point and get these harsh lines. Use the side of the pencil and gently, and you can build it up slowly. And if you go with the direction of the actual propeller, it adds to the illusion. Now you can leave it like that, that looks quite groovy. And your soft line will do the outline quite nice. But again, either your finger or a bit of kitchen roll is nice. And if you smudge it, you've got that blurred propeller effect. And you can do the same thing going around, all the way around. Now very quickly, the light is kind of coming from this direction, so if you think very, very quickly that down that side and underneath is going to be in shadow, you can just put a little bit of form onto Dusty. Using the side of your pencil, the orange will be filled in on his wing, underneath there it'll be in shadow, all down the side of that will be in shadow. The blue will be a little bit of a deeper tone, and this is very, very, very quick shading. And then the orange will be a little bit lighter, and this is just quick experimentation on your shading techniques. Now that's a pretty nice rendering of Dusty, but he's in Planes, Fire and Rescue, so just quickly indicate some lines in the background for the national park that he's out there working in his new job after he stops his racing. And you just put those lines in, and then for the fire, again, just do that big, just above the back of his wing, just do that big cloud of smoke coming off, and you can get that, and you can smudge that in nicely. Get in a razor, little quick putty rubber, and you can just smudge that over the top, and you get the idea. that it's a little bit of smoke coming off the ground. But there you have Dusty. Dusty Crophopper, who went from fear of heights to world champion to now planes, fire and rescue. I hope you enjoyed the film. We're going to do Lil Dipper and Blades of Glory. And just need the last little bit on as well, so please do like and subscribe. How you need, put your signature on. And I'll put that down. But there you have Dusty. Thank you very much. I hope you've enjoyed the drawing. Oh, I've missed his orange on his eyebrows. There you go, so he's iced and out. Hope you enjoyed the drawing, and I hope you'll like and subscribe and come back for, as I say, some of the other characters from here and all my other drawings in the future. Thanks very much. Ta-da.